Welcome to the Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and today I'm going to be repairing the back steps on our house. Before we get started, make sure you check out our new store for all the latest merchandise from the Garage USA, including some items that are available for a limited time. Not only do they look great, it also helps support the channel. Now back to the video. Thanks for joining me. So this is a little bit different of a video type for this channel. It's mostly automotive. Occasionally I do throw in some home maintenance things. I do need to get the back steps repaired. We got the holiday season coming up. The handrail is not real secure on that, and it is a wood staircase or whatever, steps. And so we are going to be replacing the boards, putting in some new holes to hold that handrail on, and then reattaching it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this is what these stairs look like, and that handrail not staying connected real firmly. I've replaced the lag bolts in here, and I actually had to do a lot more than I thought I was going to have to do. Thought I was just going to replace those deck boards and then put some new lag bolts in to hold this handrail to the stairs, but we'll get into everything I had to do in a bit. Okay, so the first thing I did, put those deck boards on some sawhorses, measured out where I needed to cut them, made my marks, and then used a square, put some lines on there, and then cut it with my circular saw.
The yellow
Yep.
blade.
Alright, so then the next thing that I had to do was remove that handrail, and that is just bolted in with some lag bolts. My wife doesn't like the location of where this handrail is because it does sit kind of far out, and so you do have to like step in and reach down when you're coming down the steps. So she did want me to move this closer in when I do the steps. And then removing the existing deck boards, just taking the screws out. And this is actually where I ran into some issues with the existing stairs. So I was pulling these deck boards out, and the wood underneath it was pretty rotten and started to break up underneath there, so I wasn't going to be able to continue using what was underneath. Alright, so we are on the way to the lumber yard. It's turning into a little bit more of a project. I thought I was just going to replace the deck boards, but now we do have to replace the risers and just rebuild the whole back steps. So not what I was planning on doing, but it's just something that I have to do. You know, sometimes you just run into bigger problems. So yeah, on my way to get some risers and a couple more deck boards. Alright, so we're back from the lumber yard. Got some risers, got some deck boards. Got to cut these down. I got 3 of these risers here, and then we'll rip out what's left of these old stairs and start building the new stuff. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and measure out what I need on these deck boards and then get these cut down. Okay, so measuring out these new deck boards. Gotta mark my lines where I need to make these cuts. Then I just need to use the square so I can draw the lines where I'm actually going to be cutting. And then we'll get going with the circular saw. Alright, and with all the wood cut, I was ready to get these screwed in. We ran out of sunlight though, and worked as much as we could into the night before moving into the garage. Alright, so I did have to move inside. It got too dark out. You can hear the heater going in the background. I got the heated garage all up and going. So clamped this down, and gonna see. Basically, I am just making an exact copy of what the stairs were that were already there. So am I building this correctly? I don't know. I'm not a carpenter, but we'll see how this turns out in the end. Alright, so I got this out by the house. There was nothing attaching the old staircase to the house, and I'm not sure if that was just something that the previous owner of this house overlooked when they put the stairs in the back, or if they just didn't attach it to the house because the house has got stucco siding and you don't want to damage that. I'm not sure, but it wasn't attached, so I'm not going to drill any holes in to attach it to the house. Alright, and I did make a video short of this project and posted it on Thanksgiving Day. Got a few comments about using 1x6s, using pressure treated wood, things like that. This is green treated, but I used 2x6s because that's what the original staircase was. It was the 2x6 deck board, so not sure what the difference would be other than the actual dimension, but I went with what was already there. Alright, and then once I got all those boards placed on that, on those risers or runners, whatever you want to call them, then I went ahead and attached those with screws. And then that's what they looked like when they were all done. And yes, they were done in time for Thanksgiving, so it was nice to have that completed. Again, I'm not a carpenter. I just took a look at what was there, just made a duplicate or a replica of what was there, and I moved that handrail in a little bit so it's not as far on the edge as it was. My wife likes this new position better. Alright, so not only did it snow, it actually got a lot colder out there as well. But I got those stairs done in time for Thanksgiving, so everybody will be over tomorrow, and we'll have that nice new set of stairs to get in and out of the back. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to thank you for watching The Garage USA. I'm Jonathan Brinke, and I'll see you next time.